Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
All eyes on the azalea garden. Keep it right here as we present changes to our outdoor space where you're looking live. Plus your holiday weekend forecast ahead of the next weather maker.
Plus student apartment break-ins. A look at the student accused of doing this and what police say they took.
And two federal programs that millions of people rely on could see significant cuts. Why the Trump administration is targeting them and who likely will be affected.
Crisp blue skies and a slight breeze. It is a beautiful day for a ribbon cutting ceremony, if I say so myself. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Chris Lovingood in for Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Thanks for joining us. An exciting new chapter in the nearly 70-year history of the WRAL Azalea Garden. So today, we officially open the newest addition to our lush grounds. Meteorologist Kat Campbell gives us a sneak peek at what's new, as well as your Easter forecast. Kat.
And what a perfect day that we have out here at the WRAL Azalea Gardens for a ribbon cutting. I am by the entrance of the WRAL Gardens, and I kind of want to lay this out for you. So that way is going to be where the new addition is. When you get here and you see the sign, turn to the left. That's when you're going to get to see it. Now, keep in mind, the ribbon cutting is at 12:15. We're going to be talking to the head of the Capitol Broadcasting Company grounds. He's going to tell us about the new addition then. But this is the entrance to the garden. You can see already so many families are out here. We've seen some picnics. It is just a beautiful day. The azaleas are in full bloom right now. So let's talk about what the weather is going to be like out here for the ribbon cutting. It's really going to be nice. Over the next 3 hours, we're at 77 at 1 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, 82 degrees, mostly sunny, totally dry for the ribbon cutting. You can see down further in the gardens on the opposite side of the WRAL Gardens. That's where we hold a lot of the weddings. It's a beautiful day. You can see some of the azaleas and the hydrangea tree there in the background. It is already 83 degrees for the high today, but once we get to the weekend, it's going to be even hotter than this. 82 right now in Chapel Hill, Zebulon, and Fuquay Varina. 83 in Apex. And as we look ahead, check out the numbers for Easter weekend. 89 degrees on Saturday, 88 degrees on Sunday. It's going to be awfully warm hour by hour for those Easter egg hunts on Sunday. We expect temperatures to be in the mid-60s to start the day for sunrise services. By lunchtime, we're at 78 degrees, and then during the afternoon, we expect temperatures to be in the upper 80s. It's really going to be warm. Back out here live at the WRAL Azalea Gardens, we've got some guests that wanted to say hello, some Wolfpack fans. You guys enjoying the gardens today? All right, we're going to open up a whole new section with a bridge. There were so many people out here earlier taking prom pictures yesterday. I think it's going to be a great new spot for photos. So we can't wait to show that to you soon, Jeff and Renee.
All right, thanks, Kat. Looks like it'll be a fun time when people get out there. No bond for a student charged with breaking and entering, and that may seem a bit harsh there. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan spoke with students about this investigation. So tell us a little bit what you've learned so far, Chelsea.
Yeah, so Chris, these break-ins happened here at University Towers between 2:30 in the morning and 3 a.m. And we should mention this is a dorm that primarily houses freshmen, but it is co-ed. So the mystery is, how did this UNC freshman allegedly get in? Because you do have to tap here to enter the residency here. Now, this is Luke Wilkinson, a UNC freshman. According to his LinkedIn, he's charged with 3 felonies, including breaking and entering and burglary, for breaking into 2 apartments of 4 females. And once inside, warrants say he stole food and granola bars valued at a mere $12. He's also charged with resisting NC State police officers while they were trying to arrest him, and also charged with drinking underage, as warrants say he's only 19.
I think that's honestly a little crazy, because usually I feel safe here at this dorm, especially in NC State. Most of the time we have to use our cards to get into the buildings, and I just think that's a little crazy in my opinion, just to hear about that.
Now, I also reached out to NC State, the PR team here, to see why a wolf alert was an issue, and they said because this suspect was apprehended immediately. Interestingly enough, Wilkinson is in the Wake County Detention Center under no bond. He'll go before a judge on Monday, and he is not allowed to be on any part of NC State's campus should he bond out. Live in downtown Raleigh, Chelsea Donovan, WRAL News.
Because of the deadly shooting at Florida State University, classes are canceled today. Authorities say the suspect is the son of a deputy and a student at the university. NBC's Jay Gray is in Tallahassee, where the community there is supporting each other after 2 people were killed.
We are just outside of the Student Union here at Florida State University. This one of the shooting scenes, multiple scenes across this campus. We've learned that all 6 of those who are in the hospital with injuries from the attack are in fair condition. None of their injuries considered life-threatening. That number does include the alleged gunman, 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, the son of a deputy sheriff here in Tallahassee. His mom serving with that force more than 18 years. We know that he spent time training with law enforcement before this attack and served on the Sheriff's Advisory Council. He was, we are told, a political science major here at FSU. The investigation, of course, is ongoing with classes canceled today. The FBI urging anyone with photos or pictures, any video from the shooting scene, to turn that over. And that potentially could be hundreds of students who were on campus at the time of the attack. That for what they describe as an ongoing and very active investigation here. And while classes have been canceled, students will be allowed to return today to gather any belongings they may have left behind during the shooting. The Student Life Center will be open and counselors on hand for any students, family members, staff, faculty, really anyone who feels like they need to speak with someone after the attack. That's the latest from here in Tallahassee. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Vice President J.D. Vance is in Rome today. He met with Italy's prime minister for a second day of tariff talks. Giorgia Meloni has positioned herself as a bridge between the Trump administration and Europe. She is ideologically aligned with Trump on issues including curbing immigration and promoting traditional values. Vance is expected to attend a Passion of the Lord celebration at St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican, in Vatican City. The second family is set to go to India after their stop in Italy.
And Renee, as for peace talks between Ukraine and Russia, Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. may have to focus on something else.
We need to figure out here now within a matter of days whether this is doable in the short term, because if it's not, then I think we're just going to move on from our perspective. The president feels very strongly about that.
Rubio was referencing the United States pulling its support of Ukraine, and that would make it difficult to fend off Russia's invasion. The Justice Department says Attorney General Pam Bondi could take criminal actions against certain states, specifically states that count mail ballots arriving after Election Day. Last month, President Trump signed the order that attempts to overhaul how elections are run, and it also includes provisions targeting the 20 or so states with post-Election Day deadlines for mail ballots.
2 key federal programs that help millions of low-income Americans are in jeopardy. The Trump administration wants to end funding for Head Start and for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Head Start provides early education and other services to nearly 800,000 children. And the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program helps about 6 million households with their utility bills. President Trump does not have the power to defund the programs on his own. He must have the approval of Congress. Harvard is reporting a surge in donations in the wake of a federal funding freeze. According to the Ivy League student newspaper, Harvard received nearly 4,000 online donations in less than 48 hours this week. And those donations total $1.14 million. The money started rolling in after the school's president rejected President Trump's demands to end DEI program and reform its admissions process.
Just a heads up, drivers, gas prices are trending downward as we enter the holiday weekend. And North Carolina is well below the national average. WRAL's Sean Gallagher shows us why these prices are better than expected.
Easter weekend is a sort of test drive of sorts for the summer travel season to come. And if you still need to fill up your tank today, you're in luck for now. Your next pit stop may not be as painful at the pump across the Triangle. With the average price of gas across the country at $3.16 a gallon, here in Wake County, gas prices are about a quarter less, averaging $2.91 a gallon right now. Gas Buddy attributes the lower cost to trade war talks actually pushing global oil prices down, though those same talks could change things down the road.
There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding exactly what U.S. trade policy will look like this summer. gas prices are largely going to reflect whatever the policy is, whether it's tariffs that could lower prices or less tariffs or a pause, which could actually raise prices, because as go the economy, as go gas prices.
And if you are hitting the road, make sure to take extra care. AAA is expecting there to be more impaired drivers on the road this weekend. And if you are somebody who happens to partake, just make sure you get a safe ride home. In Cary, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
In fact, AAA released new gas price numbers this morning. The statewide average price for a gallon is $2.85. In Raleigh, the average is $2.90. Meanwhile, the national average is $3.16.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, some major bank and credit card news. Key regulators just approved a merger of Capital One and Discover. It could become the biggest credit card company in the U.S. Capital One received the approval. It's an all-stock transaction valued at $35.3 billion. The all-stock deal would give Capital One a major leg up against competing credit card companies like J.P. Morgan Chase and Bank of America.
What's in your wallet? A merger, apparently. All right, thanks, Michelle. Azalea Garden Glow Up. We are just minutes away from our live event presenting the upgrades made to our outdoor space. Join us for a look at it.
And Making the Americas, a behind-the-scenes preview of capturing incredible moments for NBC's docuseries.
Auto Show tariff impact, a preview of a big year for the New York Auto Show as car prices are going up for some vehicles.
Keep watching WRAL News over the air Channel 34 and Spectrum Channel 1257.
Well, we have plenty of people who are here at WRAL Studios, specifically outside at our Azalea Garden.
Okay, and here's a live look at the gardens. As if they could get any more beautiful, we found a way to make it even more so. Kat Campbell is out there among the azaleas and also to show us the new addition. Kat.
We are getting ready to launch and open up the new addition, cut the ribbon here pretty soon. But first, we got to talk to Rodney. He's the property manager here at Capital Broadcasting Company. And next time you come to the gardens and you smile and you're loving it here, this is one of the many people that you've got to thank for that. So tell me about this new addition, Rodney.
So we started to finish the garden, hopefully all the way to Centennial, and we've added probably 300 to 400 new azaleas, some older varieties, some newer varieties. We've added more pines, some native grasses, some camellias, some dogwoods, so kind of continuation of the garden.
And so when people get here, you're going to look at the garden sign, go to the left to find this new area. You can see the bridge that we're standing on. There were so many people, hundreds of prom goers and college events, sorority events yesterday, and everybody out here. This is a great spot to get photos, but I want to pan over, look at the azaleas, how healthy they already are in this new edition. There's about 300 to 400 more, you were saying?
That's right.
What colors are they?
We pinks, reds, there's a couple that have multiple colors on them, whites. That's probably about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's going to be really cool to see this new addition. Come check it out. We're about to kind of open the ribbon. I know that there were so many people here yesterday. We're estimating there's over 100 people out here right now. Yep. Not all of them right here. A lot of people in the gardens checking it out. But I think it's time. It only seems fitting that we got some hedge trimmers since we're in the WRAL Azalea Gardens to open up the bridge this weekend. Anybody who wants to, it's free to visit. So come out here and check it out. Take your Easter pictures. All right, let's start the countdown. Can you guys help me? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Come on out, you guys. You're welcome. Come on in. Check it out while I do weather. We're excited to welcome everybody. So let's talk about what the weather's like out here right now. It's absolutely beautiful. Temperatures have been sitting in the 70s. We're going to be in the low 80s if you want to take your lunch out here for a picnic. It's going to be a great day to do that. Temperatures stay in the lower 80s today. So enjoy the comfortable weather. You know, they planted a lot of new pine trees out here at the WRAL Azalea Gardens to add some shade, so it's not quite so hot on these hot days. Today it's a nice middle ground, especially with the humidity so low. The weekend just slightly more humid, but definitely not summer-like values, which is great news. 89 for the high tomorrow, 89 in Fayetteville, 84 in Roxborough. It's hot outside tomorrow, especially in the direct sunlight. By Sunday, for Easter Sunday, 88 degrees would make it the third hottest Easter on record, 89 in Fayetteville. So once again, flirting with that record mark and 90 degrees near Fayetteville. Sunday, we also have the first Canes playoff game. 3 o'clock when the puck drops. It's hot, 88, but great tailgating weather if you like the warm weather. By the end of the game, it'll be warm still for celebrations, 85 degrees by the time we get closer to dinner Sunday evening. The next weather maker gets here early next week in the form of a cold front. It doesn't look like it's going to be a huge rainmaker for us, but it may actually get stuck nearby and bring us a couple of opportunities for rain and storms during the week. We've got a 30% chance of rain Tuesday and a 40% chance as we head into the day Wednesday. As for how much rain we could see, the bullseye of rain is much closer to the plains, Oklahoma, up into St. Louis. For us, we're looking at generally less than half an inch of rain over the next 7 days. Over the next 7 days, every single day, high temperatures are in the 80s. Our mornings are also about to get a lot warmer. Lows only dip into the 60s. All around, a very warm June-looking 7-day forecast. Hard to believe it is just April outside. Back out here live at the WRAL Azalea Gardens. We are in the new addition. You guys are on the bridge checking it out. Do you like it so far? It's beautiful out here. So everybody come on out, check it out. It's the perfect time of year, and we couldn't have better weather to debut the new part of the WRAL Gardens. Just remember when you get here, it's on the left.
On the left. And look at that. The first trailblazers stepping across the new bridge at the WRAL Azalea Gardens. Awesome.
And then Kat's on the bridge, but from the side, it's this beautiful arch bridge. It's Instagram worthy. Definitely can see a lot of folks wanting to take pictures there in the very, there's always so many beautiful spots in the garden to take pictures. So we welcome you to come out and check it out. Open every day from dawn to dusk.
Yeah.
Well, some of the action and scenery captured in NBC's The Americas is breathtaking.
Yeah, a behind-the-scenes special about the docuseries airs this Sunday. Mark Barger has a quick preview of what that looks like.
Bring it on. Tom Hanks had the easy job, relatively speaking, on The Americas.
Turquoise brown mott-motts. Okay, now you're just making up words.
He got to narrate the stories.
The group begins racing.
Captured by crews on 180 expeditions over 5 years.
Yes! Don't take on this lightly. You can't say, let's send people out with some cameras for a couple of weeks. We'll go from the frozen north to the tip of Patagonia, and we'll get everything, more or less.
It's an effort that required very unique personnel.
I will ask any cameraman, you want to go and be on a rocky island for 16 weeks trying to eating protein bars and bottled water, trying to set up a camera on one little nest just waiting for an egg to hatch?
But along with that kind of patience, fortitude was essential for places like Patagonia.
You know, you have to find these people. It's one of the hardest places you can ever be. It's high altitude, it's cold, and the wind is brutal.
The reward for enduring tough conditions was getting just the right shot.
There's nothing like the resolution and the detail that you can get in these new formats, and it looks incredible.
Often revealing what the eye can't see.
The thing that's always been my passion, to be able to show people things that even if we took you there, you couldn't see with your own eyes. You could only see it through the lens of the camera.
Showing the Americas as we have never seen them. Mark Barger, NBC News.
I haven't seen it, but I got to catch up. That's pretty awesome. The special making of edition of The Americas airs Sunday night at 8 o'clock here on WRAL, followed by the wrap-up of Gabriel Mock's appearance as Harvey Specter on Suits LA.
Studying autism, a new report shows the disorder is up 3% in children in the U.S. Today on WRAL News at 4, we hear from a local family nurse practitioner on recent claims from Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. about autism.
A failing liver with an unknown cause. The 5-year-old in Chapel Hill needs your help. At 5:30, how an organ transplant could save her life, and the other families in our area also waiting for their perfect match. Space travel side effects. As commercial flights grow in popularity, doctors are examining the effects on the body.
Where's the beef? A fast food chain at the center of backlash after a social media post. Why some are demanding an apology.
So today is a special day. The public is invited to come out for Major the Bull statue's 21st birthday celebration. A free, family-friendly celebration will be held in the heart of downtown Durham. Small businesses are offering major birthday specials. CCB Plaza will come alive at 5 o'clock this evening with party games, art activities, cupcakes, a DJ, and major-sized cards to sign. Earlier this week, 6 women took a suborbital trip to space there, Renee.
Yeah, as you know, but as more non-astronauts venture into the stars, doctors want to know how this kind of travel affects the human body. Maribel Gonzalez spoke to one physician and a young commercial astronaut who explains what she felt in zero gravity.
The first time I look out the cupola and see the Earth, I'm like transfixed.
At 29 years old, Haley Arsenault became the youngest American to orbit Earth as part of SpaceX Inspiration 4, the first all-civilian space mission.
I was taken aback by the beauty of our planet and just how real and alive she felt.
Monday morning, an all-female crew embarked on Blue Origin's commercial space flight known as NS-31. The group was only in space for a few minutes, but even so, Dr. Dhruv Kular says they may face side effects.
The inner ear that contributes to your sense of balance, that gets confused when you switch suddenly from having gravity to not having gravity. So people could experience things like nausea or dizziness or disorientation.
Those are just some of the symptoms Haley says she experienced following her 3-day space voyage.
I was dizzy for that first day I got back, and then I didn't get my strength back for probably a week.
As more people travel to space, Dr. Kular hopes this will help advance research on how these voyages affect the human body.
In the past, basically, it was only very highly trained, extremely fit, astronaut who went up to space. But now, with commercial spaceflight, there's a lot more diversity in terms of age and gender and fitness.
It's a good thing that more and more people are going to space. The perspective that seeing that view gives you, it changes you for the better.
That was Maribel Gonzalez reporting. Now, one of the posts about Monday's trip to the edge of space has some calling for an apology. An entertainment account posted that Katy Perry had returned to Earth after the 11-minute journey. Well, fans went wild, but the comment from Wendy's fast food chain caused an uproar. It wrote, "Can we send her back?" After a couple of days of Wendy's making jokes at Perry's expense, People magazine wrote an article saying that the chain should apologize to the singer. Wendy's replied, "We always bring a little spice to our socials," but Wendy's has a ton of respect for Katy Perry.
Also, they make fun of a lot of other people, just point that out. Good deeds on Good Friday, how a local organization is providing hope this holiday season.
Also, one of the coolest car shows in the country opens today. How some automakers are approaching the event under looming tariffs. Here's a look at the winning lottery numbers. We'll be right back.
Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
It's Good Friday, and today the Raleigh Rescue Mission delivered more than 1,000 Easter meals to families in need. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey spoke with volunteers about the decision to offer this service.
Hundreds of volunteers are working together to pull this event off. So you can see here how they have volunteers driving up so then they can drop these meals into their cars and send them to homes across the Wake County area. The Raleigh Rescue Mission plans to deliver more than 1,000 meals today. Today is the first time they're delivering meals for Easter. We often think about meal giveaways and food insecurity during the holidays, but families in need food year round. Nearly 90,000 people in Wake County live in poverty, according to government data. More than 1,600 meals will be delivered today across the area. Carla Tuttle with the Rescue Mission says they're adding this extra delivery day because more families need help, and it's been an all-hands-on-deck effort.
About 150 drivers this morning picking up meals. We have 20 people here on site helping to hand out the meals to the drivers, and we have had people to pull refrigerated trailers all week long. So this has been a huge community effort.
Tuttle says they're preparing to serve even more people over the next few months as we're expecting for inflation to increase. Right now, they're building a new facility in Knightdale. They're hoping to increase their impact by about 500%. And that new facility is set to open next fall. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News in Raleigh. Our community is so thoughtful and generous, and this is all across the Triangle. Right now, volunteers with the Durham Rescue Mission are serving the annual Easter community dinner. Our camera was there as they prepared the meat. Along with serving up meals, volunteers will also hand out groceries and clothing. They will also give Easter baskets to the kids. The event is going on right now at the Mission's Men's Campus on East Main Street in Durham.
Classes are canceled today at Florida State University because of that deadly shooting there yesterday. Students will be allowed to return today to gather belongings they left behind during the shooting. 2 people were killed and 6 students were injured. Authorities say the suspected gunman is 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner. He is the son of a deputy in Tallahassee. Eichner spent time training with law enforcement before this attack, and he also served on the Sheriff's Advisory Council in the county there. One student described being barricaded inside a library during the shooting.
In that kind of moment, just hearing that screaming from behind you and in front of you, to your left, to your right, you don't know how to compose yourself. You don't know where to hide. There's nowhere really to run.
The FBI is asking for photos or videos of the shooting from anyone who witnessed it.
President Donald Trump is lashing out at Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen for his support of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Van Hollen met with Abrego Garcia in El Salvador, posting a picture on social media saying he called Kilmar's wife and passed along his message of love. This morning, President Trump posted on Truth Social saying the Democratic senator, quote, looked like a fool yesterday standing in El Salvador begging for attention. The White House contends Abrego Garcia is a member of MS-13, which he and his family deny. He also has no criminal convictions.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, a judge has paused the Trump administration's plans for mass layoffs at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. During a hearing, U.S. District Judge Amy Berman Jackson said she will bar officials from carrying out any mass firings. She says she's deeply concerned the Trump administration is not complying with her earlier order that maintains the Bureau's existence. She is scheduled a hearing for April 28th to hear testimony from officials. About 1,500 employees are slated to be cut, leaving about 200 employees left over.
America's oldest auto show is celebrating 125 years this weekend. But with the auto industry facing the effects of tariffs, prices for that new ride you want might go up. Linda Vaquero shows us which cars are already seeing price increases.
In its 125th year, the nation's first and oldest auto show is showcasing the latest and greatest vehicles for sale in the U.S. Not lost on automakers here, the worldwide shift amid the uncertainty over tariffs.
I think the manufacturers have already talked about certain ways to subsidize some of those potential tariffs that might occur. Some, like Mercedes, has said that they're going to absorb the tariffs.
Mark Steinberg is president of the Greater New York Automobile Dealers Association, which produces the show. He says imported light trucks are already subject to a 25% tariff. President Trump putting the brakes on other tariffs for now, saying he understands manufacturers need a little bit of time. While the industry waits for the final word, supplies of new vehicles are already dropping, according to Cox Automotive, with sales up. Automakers like Ford strategizing on incentives. This F-150 is one of the many Ford models made with parts from Mexico. One foreign car maker trying to make inroads into the U.S. market is Ineos, with this off-road vehicle engineered in Germany, built in France and the U.K.
We are absorbing the cost. The Americas market, specifically U.S., is about 65% of our global demand.
Whether it was COVID, whether it was the computer chip shortage, or all these other issues, there's something that the industry is addressing.
And while sales of electric vehicles have slowed down a bit, visitors to the show can test drive 18 electric models from 9 makers.
Last year, we had about 130,000 people that actually got into an electric vehicle for the first time sometimes to really understand it.
That was Linda Baquero reporting. The 125th annual New York Auto Show opens to the public tomorrow and runs through April 27th.
Tickets to climb the Body Island Lighthouse on the Outer Banks are now on sale. The lighthouse is in Nags Head. It will open until mid-October. You can only buy tickets on the same day you plan to climb. Cape Hatteras Lighthouse will not have any climbing this year because of the restoration underway. And according to the National Park website, it's too soon to forecast a completion date.
Know who your children are messaging. The warning for parents after authorities say a man kidnapped a 10-year-old he met playing video games.
Change of venue, the unique setting from where the Los Angeles Rams plan to conduct their draft, and the special reason why. The WRAL News app connects you with all of WRAL's reporting resources right on your smartphone. Stay up to date on the go by downloading the latest version today.
A 10-year-old California girl is back with her family after police say a man kidnapped her, and this is a man she reportedly met through a video game online. Investigators say she communicated with the man over the game Roblox and the chat app called Discord. The sheriff's office said they made an emergency request with Roblox and Discord to find this girl. They found her 300 miles away in the suspect's car in a shopping center parking lot.
These predators, these monsters are online, and they're looking for children that they can take advantage of. And they're looking for those younger children that they can manipulate and groom so that eventually they get those children believing that they're friends.
Authorities urge you to check your child's device. The 27-year-old man is charged with kidnapping and sex crimes with a child.
One person is dead and 21 students are being treated for injuries after a school bus crash in South Carolina. So this happened yesterday just before 2 o'clock on I-77 in Chester County. Investigators say the students were traveling home from a field trip outside Charlotte when a tire blew out, causing the school bus to flip. 2 other buses carrying students from the school were not involved in the crash. Authorities have not identified the person who was killed. And take a look at this funeral home limousine. It's hard to believe that no one was killed or seriously injured. Family members were waiting for the children of the deceased to arrive for the service when they received the news. The train hit the limo as it crossed the intersection, pushing it over 100 feet up the tracks. Family members say the intersection needs to be redesigned, and the railroad crossing signs made more obvious. No word who was at fault.
Time is 12:40. Honoring a trailblazer, filmmaker, writer, and award-winning director Ava DuVernay will soon have a new medal.
Plus, residents rehab. A house at the center of the 80s flick The Goonies is getting a makeover. How a designer plans to restore it to its glory.
Getting you a live look this afternoon at the DBAP. It's a beautiful day outside. They're getting the field a little bit ready there. Perfect day to do it as you're watching WRAL News, available on Hulu and the WRAL app on your TV or your streaming device. Well, families have plenty of opportunities for fun during the holiday weekend in the Triangle.
Let's take a look at WRAL Out and About's Best Bets. Raleigh's 15th annual Q-Grass Festival is happening tomorrow from noon to 6 on Fayetteville Street. You can enjoy live music and mouth-watering barbecue. This family-friendly event is free admission. A special kids zone will have crafts, games, and more fun.
Plus, the Tar Heel 10-miler returns to Chapel Hill tomorrow. Thousands of runners will participate in this race. It showcases downtown Chapel Hill, the UNC campus, and the nearby historic neighborhoods. That gets started at 7:30 a.m., and Jeff Hogan will be there as the event's MC. WRAL is a proud partner of this event. This brings alumni from all across the Triangle on back.
Looking for more family fun Easter events? Our Raleigh area Easter event and egg hunt guide lists events all across the area. It includes egg hunts, egg maze racing, and opportunities to meet the Easter Bunny. You can get more information on WRAL.com. Just search Out and About.
Emmy Award-winning director Ava DuVernay is being honored for her work in the arts. She has worked hard as a writer, a producer, and an advocate for equality in storytelling. The National Museum of American History is presenting her with its 10th Great Americans Medal on May 8th. Since 2016, the Great Americans Medal Award program has honored people who have made a lasting impact in their fields. Previous honorees include Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Colin Powell.
Meanwhile, production begins this fall on a new Star Wars movie featuring Ryan Gosling. It's safe to say he'll look a lot different from Ken in Barbie. Star Wars Starfighter has been in development since 2022. It takes place 5 years after Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. The new film is scheduled to be released in 2027. Meanwhile, The Mandalorian and Grogu is scheduled to release on May 22nd, 2026.
This is the way. The Los Angeles Rams will honor California's first responders next week at the NFL Draft. The team will make their selections from a Los Angeles Fire Department. This is their way to showcase the efforts of the city's firefighters since wildfires hit back in January. The Palisades and Eaton wildfires were the most destructive in years. 29 people were killed and nearly 60,000 acres were scorched. The Rams have donated nearly $2 million to help the relief efforts there.
The Carolina Hurricanes will host Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs on Sunday. The Canes wrapped up the regular season last night with a loss in Ottawa. The game held no importance for the team's playoff position. The Canes will have home ice advantage for the first round against the New Jersey Devils. So Game 1 is Sunday afternoon at 3 at Lenovo Center. Puck drop for Game 2 will be Tuesday at 6 p.m., also at Lenovo Center. Ticketmaster is showing that tickets for both games start around $70. Games 3 and 4 will be next Friday and Sunday in New Jersey.
Should be a fun time. A lot of people are looking forward to that. Today is definitely the day, not even just today, but this weekend, you got to get outside.
Oh, and if you love the warmth, we'll be getting that too. Lots of glorious sunshine. Let's send it out to meteorologist Kat Campbell, who is in the new area of the WRAL Azalea Gardens.
It is absolutely beautiful out here. It's close to Centennial Campus, so it's on the Centennial side of the WRAL Gardens. That's where we've got this new beautiful bridge, 300 to 400 new azaleas. If you have any kind of pictures that you need to take note of this location. Proms, Easter family pictures, maybe you have an engagement shoot coming up. All kinds of things happen out here at the WRAL Azalea Gardens. We even have weddings out here, so maybe you're recently engaged and looking for somewhere. This new addition is absolutely stunning. So many new vibrant azaleas, all kinds of different shades of pinks and reds and purple. You'll want to come check it out in person. We already have a lot of people out here visiting today, and the weather should be great for that in the coming days. So let's take a look at your forecast. It doesn't get much better than this heading into the weekend. I want to show you exactly what to expect. The WRAL, the reported picture is from the WRAL Garden. So if you do come out here this weekend when it's nice and warm, we want you to send us your pictures. Go to WRAL.com and search Report It to send those in. It's already 76 degrees right now at RDU, 75 in Cary, 75 in Apex and Holly Springs. It's beautiful out, 75 in Wake Forest. As we look ahead, we've got high pressure offshore, so our south wind has kicked in, and that's why temperatures are going to be warming up so much in the days ahead. 88 tomorrow in some areas, I should say Easter Sunday, we're at 88, 89 tomorrow here in Raleigh, 89 in Fayetteville, 80 in Wilmington, 76 even in Boone for Easter. This would be the third warmest Easter on record if we hit 88 degrees at RDU. First warmest was in 1976 when we had 92. Second warmest, 89. There were 2 years we had that. The normal Easter high is 74 degrees. For some perspective there, at least on that specific date of Easter. Temperatures right now are already in the 70s and nearing 80 in spots. For the Bulls game tonight, we've got some really great weather expected. First pitch, 81 degrees. By 8 o'clock, 76 degrees. Really, really gorgeous weather expected. Temperatures and dew points, it's in the mid-70s. It's very warm and gets hotter in the 80s this afternoon. However, dew points are just in the 50s, and that's why it feels really comfortable. It's not humid yet. You get the warmth without the summer humidity for the weekend. The pollen count is in the high category. Pine, maple, and oak are high in tree pollen, and grass pollen is high as well. And we'll continue to see those grass pollen numbers rise as grass pollen typically peaks during the month of May. Over the next 7 days, highs in the 80s across the board. It should be beautiful out. By next week, we'll have a chance for some rain and storms starting on Tuesday, and that chance goes up a little bit once we get to Wednesday. In the meantime, come on out, visit the WRAL Azalea Gardens. We got some visitors out here today. today. A lot of people have come and visited the gardens and got to see the new addition. There's so much to see, so many plants, so be sure to come out here and check them out. The good news is they planted new pine trees, so that's going to help with the shade out here as well as it gets hotter during the summer months and we near hydrangea season.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot more people. I know last night we had so many people, and now with this new bridge, a lot more people will be flocking to the WRAL Azalea Gardens.
And how lucky this is in our work backyard. We got to remember, no excuse. We need to just head out there and take a look as well. Kat, thank you.
Something's fishy in a Nevada neighborhood. The one homeowner says is likely behind gobs of goldfish in a private pond.
As we wrap things up, here's a look at a few of the headlines we're following today. A 19-year-old UNC student is charged with 3 felonies, including breaking and entering and burglary. According to court documents, the incidents happened at University Towers on NC State's campus. Warrants say he broke into 2 apartments of 4 females and stole food. He is also charged with resisting NC State police officers while they were trying to arrest him and drinking underage.
Classes are canceled today at Florida State University because of the deadly shooting there yesterday. Students will be allowed to return today to gather belongings they left behind during the shooting. 2 people were killed and 6 students were injured. Authorities say the suspected gunman is 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, and he is the son of a deputy in Tallahassee. Eichner spent time training with law enforcement before they attacked.
If you're traveling for the holiday weekend, you're in luck if you need to fill up on gas. Fuel prices are down 54 cents compared to this time last year. Experts think the most expensive gas of the season may already be behind us. According to Gas Buddy, prices typically peak on April 10th before trending down.
The iconic house featured in The Goonies is being restored to its classic look. The house in Astoria, Oregon was a centerpiece of the movie, and the current owner wants to bring back that mid-'80s fun vibe. An Emmy award-winning designer says that he wanted to be accurate, and that is why he called the people who made the movie to find out where they shop to make it look so awesome.
A few pet goldfish dumped in a man-made pond have turned into an invasion in a Nevada neighborhood. A community spokesperson says the fish were likely released last year by someone trying to set a pet free. Now, as you can see, the pond is overrun. Despite having a natural food source, the goldfish population has multiplied into thousands. Residents hope people will think carefully before bringing home a pet and disposing of it.
People need to really think about when they purchase a pet, adopt a pet, that it is a lifelong thing. You're going to be taking care of this pet until that pet passes on, and it is a huge commitment.
In 2024, the Animal Foundation, Nevada's largest animal shelter, saw the highest number of owner surrenders in 9 years.
Our pet of the day is a nervous girl who needs someone who will be calm and sweet with her. Meet Ash. She is 2 years old and weighs 45 pounds. She's calm and composed with young children and loves playing fetch and enjoys time outside. Most of the time, she's just as content to curl up and cuddle next to you. She'd be a great fit for your home where she can be the only dog. For more information, you can visit spcawake.org. NBC News Daily is next on WRAL. Your next local news update in about 30 minutes.
Have a wonderful Easter.
Keep watching WRAL News over the air Channel 34 and Spectrum Channel 1257.